Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Mark May here. Welcome to the show. It is episode 53 of the Mayhem show. Crazy to think we have come all this way, all the way up to episode 53, ladies and gentlemen. We just launched Jengharr and Shredd 2, our next Hellbringers chapter, last weekend, and we are rolling strong. We're going to bring up a little preview of it real quick so we can actually show you what we got going on here in just a second. But first, let's get you that Jengharr 2 covers video to show you all the different covers for Jengharr 2. All right, guys, what's up? Mark May back here again. We are currently live for the Mayhem Show, episode 53. Awesome show we got going on tonight. I hope you guys like that video. If you haven't backed the Kickstarter yet, please go check it out. We have currently 79 backers right now. We're going to bring up the live stream, but first, we're going to bring in Miss Sara Frazetta. Sara Frazetta.
Hello.
What's up, Sara? How we doing tonight?
I'm tired, but I'm good. What about you? You bet you're tired. 74 backers in. Yeah, you're getting burnt out.
You need a day off.
Yeah. Well, what you have 26 days left?
We got it says 24 days to go.
Okay, so that's how long you have until your break. Okay, I did too.
$6,773 is what we're at right now. We are very close to beating that $7,500 mark from the last Jengharr and Shredd campaign. So we are going to keep pushing until we get that thing done. That way we can put out more Hellbringers books and we can put out more Sara Frazetta covers. Speaking of which, you guys saw the video just a second ago. You saw that Sara Frazetta cover. We're going to show you one right now of a cover as we speak that she just did, homaging her granddad, the great Frank Frazetta, ladies and gentlemen. Here you go. This
Yep.
was the Eerie number 5 homage cover we decided to do for Jengharr and Shredd 2 here. For the Jurassic Massacre campaign, Sanju on colors on this one. Sanju absolutely killing it for the
Sanju
colors.
making me look good. Thanks, Sanju.
This is on the wall right now, Sarah. So just so you know, it's actually on the wall behind my giant head here.
Oh, that's gonna. I think with the foil, with that option, that's gonna look so good.
I think it is too. I
Yeah.
really, really do. Since we only got you for a short amount of time here. It looks like we've only got you for about 20 more minutes. So I got to make this really.
I can go a little longer since I was late. You know, I can make up for that, Mark. You got me
What
at least another.
the 1 minute? The 1 minute, Sarah.
Oh, yeah, at least 5 minutes. I was 5 minutes late.
So here's the thing, guys. I knew that I've been wanting to do this show ever since I started the show. I wanted to get Sarah on here. We were going to do like a one-on-one with questions and everything, not just about her career, but about her granddad's career as well. And we don't have a lot of time tonight, guys. So
I'll be back.
She will be back. So we will get all of those questions in. So for tonight, guys, we're going to make this to the point, the best we can. We're going to ask you the most important question. Number 1. What is your favorite place to eat, Sarah? In what city for what convention? Most important question you'll ever get about your comic career.
Can you even believe you're asking a Libra this question? I'm so indecisive. I can't even think of what I want at dinner tonight, and it's late. I mean, I can't think of a specific spot, but man, when I'm like in Brooklyn, a nice piece of pizza or like a bagel. I mean, that would be my choice of my favorite food.
What's your go-to place in Brooklyn for pizza?
I can't think. It's been so long. I can't even think of a name right now. This is a horrible question for me.
I feel you, just so you know, Adina gets on me all the time we're at dinner. She's like, just fucking decide already. And I'm like, oh,
I can't decide. I mean, I barely go out to eat anymore. It's like such a thing of the past. There's a really great place in Miami. It's called Q. That's that place I remember. I mean, the best meat, the best smoked meat you'll ever have, ever. And they make what else do they make? Oh God, everything's just so freaking good. Like little buns. Everything on that menu, they kill it. I appreciate. There's a really one more. I'll shout out one more. There's this chef. His name's Chef Steve in Sarasota, and his restaurant is called Indigenous. And he uses all like local sourced ingredients, and he's just so passionate about his food, and it's like it's a craft, it's a work of art. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that, like a culinary experience.
Is Q like a barbecue place? Is that what that is for the smoked meats that you're talking about?
It's not a barbecue place. It's like a new American type of cuisine, but they do have like the big like briskets and whatnot.
What is new American? What is that?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying, Mark. What do you tell me? How many they're talking about freaking food? I would have had my shit ready.
I got 20 minutes with you. I got 20 minutes. Of course, we're only going to talk about food. So, guys, we have the Sara Frazetta on the show tonight. I am so excited to have helped build her career as an artist. We can actually look at her first published work right now in the Hellbreakers campaign from back in the day. Always like to show that off.
You were the first person to ever message me about my art, and I was like, he's a little crazy. I'm like, I'm so bad, but like you believed in me. You saw the vision. And I still have a long way to go, but I'll get there eventually.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: is you're a hard worker. A lot of people don't get to see it, but I get to see it, and you're a very hard worker with your art. You respect everything about the profession. And I think you're going to be a great cover artist. And,
thank you.
I do. And, you've already done work. Let's talk about that for a little bit with Dynamite for a Red Sonja cover. So tell me a little bit about your career, Sarah. Tell us how you got started.
So that was through Black Flag. So I just did a variant. I did get hired by Dynamite, but then they never published my work. But I'm glad they didn't, because it was not good. And I hope they're not going to publish the art. And I just said that. But but so far it's just been mostly like Vampirella and Red Sonja, which I've really enjoyed. I do have a lot of fun though with you, Mark, because I loved the pug that I got to draw, and I just have I laugh when I'm doing like the homages because they're funny. My grandpa's art is so iconic, and then I'm putting this like quirky little twist on these masterpieces. So it's like some could say blasphemy, but I think it's fun.
I definitely don't agree with the
The
blasphemy stuff at
blasphemy.
all. Yeah, when I hear that, I'm
That's just
like, come
my
on.
person. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
me doing anything, and as I'm not trying to like be him or even I won't even have an ounce of his talent. It's just fun to learn from his paintings and do the homages, and it's my little take on it. It's all out of respect, not trying to be him.
absolutely.
Fine line.
We're gonna actually show off that cover if we can find it.
Look at
I
my
am
grandpa's dinosaurs behind me, just front and center.
I am looking for it right now. I'm looking for the cover. Give me 1 second here.
Like for this cover, I love drawing Shred. That was fun.
You drew a teenage Shred, which was the first time we've actually had a teenage Shred represented in the book. It's all been nothing but baby Shred or adult Shred. So this is the first time you get to see a baby Shred in the entire book. I couldn't find that Hellpug cover right now, so we'll bring it up next time.
Okay.
But I mean, guys, you've seen it nonstop. I mean, I literally for a month, I think it was like 420, we launched that Hellpug campaign.
Yeah.
Sara joined us for the show for that one. That was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
Sara, since we've only got a little bit longer, let's talk about what was your best memory of your granddad that you have.
Watching movies together. I mean, he was so into the movies that inspired him. Night of the Hunter, King Kong, Fantasia. And I still am like a big movie show person. Like that's my comfort zone. I'm on my couch watching my shows. Like look forward to my shows. So with my grandpa, we could spend time watching our movies. And even Fire and Ice, we watched that movie, God, 100 times together. So we just really, we felt the same, and we would just kind of look at each other through the whole movie and just like feed off of each other. And no matter how many times we watched it was like just as exciting as the first time. And he'd just show me like different things, like in Night of the Hunter, like the different compositions and the shots, and say like how that made it such a great movie with like the cinematography, the lighting and everything. So I have a much like an appreciation for good lighting, good set design. So yeah, sharing art together, that kind of art specifically.
So when it came to those movies, what was y'all's favorite? I'm guessing Fire and Ice must have been like number one, right?
Because he did it. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna tell you, like that would totally be me too. Like if I had something like that with my granddaughter, I'd be like, "Hey, come watch this movie with me for the 97th time." And let me tell you, you made it.
I mean, his documentary, we watched that so many times too. I mean, but he was proud. He was like, in a point of his life where he wants to just remember everything, and he knew he didn't have much time left. So he wanted to reflect and be proud of what he accomplished in his life. And he wanted to make sure that his family was going to keep being proud and passing that legacy down. So I think it was a beautiful thing. But I'd say, so aside from his movies, the favorite one to watch together was Night of the Hunter.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh, Mark, you gotta see it, Mark.
Really?
Oh my God. Robert Mitchum was like his muse, his male muse. Like Robert Mitchum to him was like, just the coolest. Like Frank Sinatra was number one, but Mitchum was number two. And if my grandfather could have acted. I mean, he in Fire and Ice, he was like showing the actors how to act, and not to discredit them, but he just had such an exciting time doing that. And he could have been a singer. Like he was so athletic. He really could have been anything. So watching his reaction to like Mitchum on the screen, he would just like tell me, he's like, this guy knows how to act, So we're Italian and we move our hands a lot. We just sit there and like talk the whole time, and anyone else would have hated us watching the movies. We're like, guys, can you shut up so we can watch the movie?
Put your hands down in front. I can't see anything. So, Sara, let's talk about the most important thing that you have going on right now. From what I have seen recently, let's talk about the Death Dealer comic book.
We are so excited. You've seen a couple of the covers coming out. They just got announced on February 4th. You can order them now through Diamond and your local comic shops with a code that I don't have at the moment, but it's on our Facebook and Instagram and everything. And yeah, they'll be available in comic shops on May 4th. And we're excited because this is so cool, like to bring artists into this Frazetta universe. And it just brings more community. Whether I hope that everyone loves the story. I really love the story. It's all new. We wanted to, Frazetta Girls hasn't had an opportunity to bring the Frazetta verse into a reality. So that's something, we wanted to just have brand new slate, and we're excited.
So, I mean, it sounds like you're excited. It sounds like the book is going really well. The Del Auto cover that I saw. Wow.
Yes.
That was incredible.
Yeah. That's what I thought of that one too. I was like, okay, this is like so freaking iconic. I mean, he just nailed it.
So you can see, like, you've got people lining up to work for you for all these different Frazetta projects that you're going to have potentially coming out here. And I mean, all these different artists, do they approach you or do you approach them, Sara?
It's a little bit of both. This is a little, like, I do a little bit, but it's mostly the editor, Lexi Leon, and Denton, and they're really heading the whole project, and we're doing more of like the approval. But so yeah, a little bit of both. But I'm totally open to seeing portfolios and submitting them, and I like I said, I hope that this is something that we do for years and years to come, and we can involve as many artists as possible. And I think that we haven't gotten confirmation 100% yet, but I believe there will be variants. So there will be artists that which will bring in even more artists and opportunities. That's what gave me an opportunity, a variant, so with Dynamite. So that's something I'm excited about too, because I want everyone to, in a way, to get their opportunity to give their tribute and their homage to Frazetta.
Which is really cool because, one of the first things I told you a couple of years back, I was like, man, you got to start making your own books. Like, if anybody can do this, I know it's you guys. You know what I mean?
Oh, so thank you. Yeah.
Really, really awesome to see you doing this. Sara, do you have any plans to do any covers for the Frazetta line?
No, it's not there yet. Maybe in the future, if I get to a level where I think it's, I guess, good enough, simply said. And that would also be with the team. We'd have to talk to Lexi and Denton and make sure everyone's on board with that. So, be floating around, but not at this time.
All right. One of the things I want to do real quick while we got you on is show what we're doing with the Kickstarter right now. So we're going to do a screen share. Show all the folks out there that are watching or will be watching what we got going on campaign-wise. We have 79 backers currently, guys. We need your help to get this up a little further. That way we can make our next book, Hellbringers for the Summer Chapter. $6,773 is where we're at right now with 79 backers, guys, with 24 days to go. So if you could get your pledges in for Miss Sara Frazetta's cover, this is what it looks like right here. As you can see, this is the version art for this one. Love that. I love that cover. And then this is kind of what the interiors are going to look like, guys. So we do not skimp around on interior art, ladies and gentlemen. Kleber Lima doing the interiors. It's just action nonstop from beginning to end with these two. So going to be a good time. Can't wait to have that book done, because that means I might be able to take a small break in between now and the next Hellbringers book. And I think I deserve it. It's been a year and a half, dude. So
take 2 weeks. Yeah, you have to take at least 2 weeks.
I'm going to Disney World. We got a a con that we're going to do before that. And then after, we're going to have a couple more cons. But in between, break time.
Yeah, yeah,
Take a
you got to
break.
go. So wait, when would you be going down and like in coming down in April?
I think it's going to
Possibly.
be April. I think it's going to be
Okay.
April, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's it. I mean, it's such nice weather. You don't want to come in the summer. It's too hot. And they have
Right.
like little misters going, but no. When you're standing in line for 3 hours, you don't want just the misters and like, you know, the dead heat of Florida.
I do not miss Alabama in the summer at all. Not
No,
even
now
over.
you're no, it's really bad. Like right now, I mean, the weather's unbelievable, and it's like now this is my time to remember why I live in Florida. But in the summer, you're gonna have to like it's gonna take a lot to convince me why I should stay here. It's like a freaking like Everglades swamp with mosquitoes, and we're not supposed to be here.
Do you guys ever like see like snakes or alligators or anything like that?
Everywhere, and there's like these little lizards that run around, and they're everywhere. I mean, there's just so many bugs. It's incredible. Bugs, reptiles. It's and it's pretty crazy because I mean they've bulldozed most of the state for houses. So to think that the animals can still coexist with us on some level,
Right.
that's nice. You know, depressing.
So
Don't get me started on that.
how's the German Shepherd? Like the
Bruce.
reptiles?
Oh,
Yeah.
Bruce. How does he like the he doesn't really mind them. It's my cat who's a savage and I have to save lizards on a daily basis. I came home yesterday and I was like, no. And I ran at her. And I think my neighbor was watching me and I was like, you bitch. My neighbor's like, oh my God. And I just like took her and had the lizard like flung through her mouth. And I was like, and then I had to like go rehabilitate this poor lizard. And I'm like, oh God. The damn cats, you know. She
Right.
she loves.
They are heartless, man. They kill just to kill, not even for the food. They just play with it and then kill it, dude.
They're sick. She really tortures things. I'm like, what is wrong? You're soulless. If the devil's real and made things, then he made cats.
No, just look in their eyes, man.
It's soulless. It's just this like, but they're beautiful. That's the thing. They're like these eyes. They're like so mesmerizing. You could look at them forever. It looks like like a little baby universes. And then, but you look deep into those pupils, and there's nothing. But I want to kill you. Feed me, or I'll kill you. You know, frightening creatures. I'm more of a dog person.
Me too.
As
When you
you
get
can
a
tell.
bug.
I want a pug so badly. I think I want a pug female. So I'd like after my Labrador, she's 12 now. When she passes on, I'll probably get a pug female. And then I have we're possibly getting a. Are you okay, Mark? I can't see you. Are you okay? Did you just pass out?
No, I'm still here. For a second.
I was actually we're getting a German Shepherd, another one. So because Bruce
Oh,
needs
you
a
are?
friend. Yeah. And the first litter died, which was really upsetting. And we said Bruce probably put a spell on it because he wants to be the only child, but he doesn't like know what's good for him. He needs because Josie's so old, they can't play together. He like
Right.
goes and tries to like bite her and she yelps and falls to the ground. But and you know, he's 100 pounds. He needs a big brother. So we're kind of in between names. We were thinking Kane, but then Kane might be, and it kind of, I have a very nasally, it kind of sounds weird when I say Kane. So I just based on how I say it, I don't think I'm gonna name him that. So I might name him Henry, and I don't know if I say that good either. But I want to name him another human name. And Henry means ruler of the house, and it's a German name, so it's kind of fitting. We're not sure. When we see the little guy, we'll know what to name him, just like Bruce.
King Henry from the Holy Roman Empire, ladies and gentlemen. You guys, I know all the history. So
he's evil too, right? He was evil, right? I mean, he's a king. Yeah, kind of
no,
subjective.
Evil, man. There's some benevolent kings, right? That's what
True.
they said, anyways. But just don't forget the victors always write history, man. So they could have been whatever they wanted to be.
So if they were the victor, they were a little bit evil.
Sarah, what was your favorite of your granddad's works?
So I always miss this opportunity because I look at them so much, but it's actually Golden Girl, and that is my answer for the rest of my life is Golden Girl. that watercolor was back from the 1950s. He actually didn't start doing oil paints, until he was in his 30s, which is crazy. And I didn't know that until a couple months ago.
Also,
But
when I first started oil paint, ladies and gentlemen, Mark May in the house. Just kidding.
is that when did you start painting when you
I
were in your
did
30s?
two
Wow.
years ago, actually. Yeah.
It's never too late. I think my grandpa learned in like 3 weeks because he was a wizard. But yeah, the Golden Girl, just because of like, I just love how she's just so sensually like laying out in the mountain, like among the animals. The animals are obviously my thing. So she has the Black Panther behind her, the wolves. She's got some frogs, a little parrot. It's
Oh,
just like this.
did you see the cover I was working on? Speaking of animals, man.
That is so cool. Tell me what's going on there.
This is Russ Cassidy's Charms cover. He wanted me to do like a little homage to Karate Kid on the front part.
Okay.
But you can see the bear, the falcon, the wolf, and then the cheetah.
Your
And
falcon's incredible. That falcon.
that's the first time I've ever drawn almost any of these ever.
Well, you're I think animals. That's what you're calling over there, Mark.
Thank you, Sarah. I mean, it's a little different than the naked girls we have to draw sometimes, but I mean, whatever.
I love drawing the naked girls. It's it's like getting the boobs and the butt, the shapes, the fun shapes. Like because I'm learning that now. I actually I was with an artist today at the museum. His name is Brian Leblanc, and he is incredible. I don't know if you've heard of him, and if you haven't, you should look into him, Mark. He's so good. But I need to be in person. I'm very like visual, like hands-on. And we were going over just like shapes and how like there's just like the shadows and the illusions, and it was so amazing to work together on something like in person. So I really, that the museum's been such a great opportunity to like connect with people again after obviously COVID. We were all locked away, and now to like be out and like socializing again, it's so incredible. So I don't know where I was going with that, but
the best art direction you can get are from other artists in person. I like to say for the past 7 years, I have been attending college when I'm on the road at conventions, because learning from those people is what I've taught you. Like, I mean, if they didn't teach me those things, I couldn't have taught them to you, and that would have been wherever, you know what I mean? But you learn from all these different artists if you want, and that's awesome that these guys are coming in and teaching you things. I think that's invaluable, Sarah.
Well, it's like, and you have to like, for like, it's like an energetic thing, and when certain people, there's that, not that like feeling of like intimidation. It's like I'm able to be vulnerable and then say like, I don't know this, help me with this. Like it's a learning process, because I think even like in the beginning with me and you, like, I was a little sensitive to like some of the criticism. You're like, I'm just helping you out, sister. You're good. Don't worry. And I'm like, okay. And then over time, you get thicker skin. And today to be able to like do it in person and sit there and like, watch one of my like nice lines, just, nope, it's got to go, because it doesn't work. Try again. And it really, it's work. It's like, oh my God, don't. And then he's like, you got to start with the small roughs, and only then go to scale, because look what you just did. Now you have the marks and everything. But it was just such like a humbling, beautiful experience. And I feel like I just like downloaded like so much today. So yeah, shapes, everything. Shapes are everything. That's where I was going with it.
What it feels like. It feels like a download. I've said that several times. It feels like you're receiving something, and a lot of times it's in process. So like a lot of the stuff on this cover, I didn't really know how to do, and then it feels like some like alien god just sends this shit down to your head, and it's like, oh, I can do it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what it feels like. It's really weird.
Yeah, it is. It is so cool. Like, I mean, the process can be like really frustrating, but then when it's done, it's like, wow, like anything, it's gratifying. You put in the work. It's like, I saw that through. I saw this whole process through, and now I'm proud of myself. And that's a good feeling. We need to have worth in our day, and get through the problem solving, and get through the feelings of like anxiety. That's what I get a lot with art. But now it's becoming, I'm like loosening up a bit. But I guess that just takes time. Did you have that stage ever where you kind of felt like anxious with it in the beginning?
Absolutely. I feel anxious all the time, even still to this day. Honestly, I don't think the feeling necessarily goes away. Am I looser now? Yes, because I'm living
Yeah.
with Adina. I'm in my own studio. We're doing fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yep.
do I still feel that anxiety as an artist? Do I still even feel imposter syndrome sometimes? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, because a lot of people try to get in your head. You know what I mean? They try to tell you you're
Yeah.
not a good person. They try to tell you that, you need to be more humble or something, even when you feel like the champion. I didn't watch WWE growing up and see Stone Cold Steve Austin run out there and say, "Oh, thank you, everyone. I'm the champion, and it's all because of you guys. And thank you so much. We're doing great." No, he came out there and said, "Fuck you. Like, I'm the champion. I'm kicking your ass." You know what I mean? And then took it. And like,
That's a
it
great point. No, it's true because that was like what my grandpa really had. He had that real that he was super super confident, and it's like even if you don't really feel it, you should probably fake it so other people can feel that from you. And that's definitely something like I'm still working on because I have that too. Like obviously, I think just because of like the shadow of Frank Frazetta, and this is how I'm getting my footing is doing like the homages and stuff. But of course that's not something I continue that's something I'll continue forever. Of course, then I'll have my own design and my own, whatever. Like I'll have my style. So,
correct.
but this is the way of just like learning and it was of course it's an opportunity too. Like I mean, if I was not Sara Frazetta last name, I wouldn't have an opportunity. So I'm aware of that, but it's
But
just not.
that's not necessarily true. So if you were any name at all and you came up to me and you had the work ethic that you actually have and you
Oh,
proved that you were going to get better over and over and over, it wouldn't matter what your last name is. I just want you to
oh,
know
well,
that
you're helping my imposter syndrome
it
go
might
away. Thank
actually
you.
it might work against you in a way if you
Yeah.
want to know the truth, because people are going to be like, well, that's her last name. This is what we got to live up to. When in turn, you are
True.
your own artist. You know what I mean? Just
True.
like I'm not as good as my mom was. You know what I mean? But nobody ever got to see her work, period.
Right.
Because she didn't know how
Right.
to get it to the right people.
Right.
You, however,
Absolutely. It's a good point. It's a good
you
perspective.
you got this. You got this already kind of like in a little bit because you know people. You know what I mean? But because you know people of not because of your last name, but because of the position that you've been put in from it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's a good thing to have, but at the same time, Sara, you're gonna have to keep showing people that you're the hardest working girl in the entire industry. You know what I mean?
You're right. I can't get lazy.
You can't.
And I know you're going to keep pushing me. Like that's why that's what friends are for. It's like when those times, and you like you said, you can have the confidence, but then there's times when you have those like those down times where you're like and then to have friends like you and like Jason Wallace from Black Flag like to keep pushing me and saying what are you working on, and that keeps me motivated because I want to make other like I want to do it for myself, but I want to do it for others mostly. Like again, that's how I giving is like, you always get back. And that's just how I am as a person. So I thank you for that, Mark. I really do.
Hey, it's not a problem. It has been mutually beneficial for the both of us because it makes me feel important to know you, my dear. So,
Oh, geez.
ladies and gentlemen, this has been Sara Frazetta. She's given us some extra time tonight on the show. It is 7:38 Mountain Time, 9:38 her time. She's got to wake up in the morning. We don't want to keep her too much longer. So we got one more question for you tonight, Sara. And when you're coming back on the Mayhem show again, we're gonna have to finish our conversation. So we got to
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah, just let me know. If we want to dedicate a whole show to just like, even if you want to start like a Q&A or something or have that, like, I don't know, we can do
That
live. Yeah.
that's going to be one of those things that I kind of put aside for tonight because I wanted to talk about you more than I wanted to talk about
Yeah.
your
Next
dad.
time, I'm saying next time we do that.
Yeah.
If
So
yeah.
next time though, I'm going to tell you right now, I do have a Q&A list. You know this. You've known.
Okay.
I've been
Okay.
on that message board for like 6 years. I am one of the biggest Frazetta fans in the entire world. I've bought so much art from the Frazetta girls. It's insane. Like,
That's my favorite thing to talk about. Like I love telling stories about my grandpa, and like that's why I do like the blogs and I research because I just want to know as much as I can. actually getting the bonus of the Painting with Fire documentary. Do you have that by chance, Mark?
I don't.
Oh, so there's some on eBay actually, but I'm getting the bonus disc, and there's like a lot of, I guess, like old family videos, and like a couple audio interviews of him, like back from, early, I guess, in the 70s. So I'm really excited about that. But any opportunity I get, like Arnie and Kathy Fenner, they were the editors of like the greatest Frazetta books, Icon, Retrospective, Legacy, and Arnie and Kathy both just understand like so much more of his career than I ever could. I mean, they've done their research, they've done their due diligence. So they send me publications and interviews and things that I can read just so I can like further understand him. So it's like, every time we get together, like whether in a month from now, there's going to be even more information I've learned. So yeah, because have we done a Q&A about him before? I don't think we have, Mark, on your show.
This is
wait.
actually
Okay.
the first time that me and you have been able to do a one-on-one. So we were going to do, yeah, how insane is that? So
what?
you have come on, yeah, you've come on the show for show promotions and stuff like that, just for fun, but we have never done the one-on-one just like this or had Lewis with us at all. So
okay, well, I'm gonna have plenty of content for you the next time. Promise.
Yeah, we got tons of content. There's 3 shows worth that we can do for this, and we know it. So
for sure. Yeah, we'll just you let me know.
We haven't even gotten to the food portion of the show yet, I guess.
Don't do that to me again. I gotta remember. It's been so long. I'm gonna blame COVID. COVID's fault. I've been out of my house.
No, I mean that's the thing is COVID kind of set us back for shows and stuff. We didn't get to really promote the book at shows while we had it. So it's all kind of new for people this year at shows. They're going to be seeing all this Hellbringer stuff for the first time ever.
You should, when you're there at the shows, you should have someone like filming the reactions of people seeing it for the first time. That'd be really cool.
So we did do that.
Really?
Velasca, yes. I have the video on my phone. I'd have to find it. But there's a guy that comes on and he's like, Hellpug and Velocicock. The name sold me. I didn't need to see anything else. And then
a sense of humor. Good. That's awesome. Yeah. No. Because I think that just people would get just so excited about like to see something new. And what's your goal with this? You want a Netflix show?
To tell you the truth, Sarah, I just want to make the books and be done. Like once we get the next 3 chapters out, it's one of those goals where people always talk about their goal of wanting a Netflix show. We talk to people that are creators on this show about it all the time. Mm-hmm. And Netflix would be the way to go if I were to get a show. But the truth is that I'm so satisfied with my first year of publishing books, making comic books, that I'd rather be a successful comic creator. You know what I mean?
That's so cool. Yeah, that's so cool. That's my thing with even the Death Dealer. Same thing. I'm like, let's just chill out. Let's just see how. I hope everyone enjoys the comics, and people should be reading something that they're holding. And it's great. It's the comics are this foundation of it all. So it's so cool, Mark. That's a great answer.
Sarah, let's look at it like this. Like I'll show you my comic rack right here for a second. Okay. So in this comic rack, you see nothing but like stacks and stacks of Hellbringers books that are all different covers, right?
Yep.
So
I like your setup.
That right there, guys, to me, I'm the luckiest guy in the world. There's no other way to put it. I've worked with Lucio Perillo, Shannon Mayer, Joseph Michael Linsner, just to name a few for cover artists, as well as Rich Bonk, Corey Hampshire, Ron Charles Williams, all these guys, all these incredible artists for interiors. Even like I have been lucky to learn how to make comic books, and then also how to stage scenes. Like
you love the process. You love the process, and that's like the key to success with anything. It's like you can't just like think about, I have like this end goal and that's what I'm doing it all for. It has to be I just love the process of what I'm doing. I don't.
You got to love the process, because if you're not
Yeah.
going to ship 100 books in 2 days, ladies and gentlemen, then you're going to hate yourself for a long time. Kickstarters are no easy feat. Sara, you know all about shipping because
Yeah.
you do it with the Frazetta Girl stuff. So
Yeah. I do it all myself still too. It's like
you
a
still do?
total.
Wow.
I do.
Wow.
I like it. I think I like having just like the control of it, because I know when there's a screw up, it's my fault. So
Mhm.
I'm like, be better. But we have to expand soon. It's like crazy. When I was doing every single calendar myself, and the ornaments and everything came in at the same time in December, I was like, okay. Like, I mean, I was literally like in the warehouse for like, I don't know, one day it was like 16 hours. It was insane, and it just
Yep.
kept going. But I
Yep.
liked that. I was like, I like had something to look forward to, and I it's just can listen to podcasts and just kind of zone out and
Mhm.
make the packages kind of look pretty. It's
That's right.
fun.
You got to have a good soundtrack. If you have a good
Yeah.
soundtrack and maybe a little bit of this right here, I think you're good to
You're fine
go. You
then.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as the sun goes down, I'm like, where's my pen?
Yeah. There you go.
But
So,
yeah, it's fun. It's like you said, I like the process. It's a good time.
and you got to think, guys. If she didn't enjoy the process, she doesn't have to do it. So that's one of those
That's a good
things.
point.
So
It's true. I didn't want to run an e-commerce site, whatever. Who's gonna do it? But that's
cool.
like, it's probably where you're at too. It's like you wear so many hats, but it is what it is. It's
I
when
got to
when
wear
the
all the hats, man. I don't see
yeah,
anybody else helping me on this journey, and you always got to look at it that way. You got to look like, man, if I can do this by myself, I should do this by myself. You know what I mean?
exactly. When it's time to expand, someone usually, like, I believe, it will come to you. The opportunity will present itself, and you don't have to like think like, oh, it's not this real operation if it's only a few people. It's like some of the like biggest properties are ran by only a few people. So that's just an illusion from movies we've watched.
I was bringing that Kickstarter back up for just a second. We were looking to see what it's at right now. We are
Oh, what's it
currently
at?
at $6,773
Let's
with
get it.
79
Let's get it.
backers.
Let's get it to 8,000, guys. Get it.
We did order some fossils today, just so you guys know. I was not being a liar when I said at 12,000 you guys get
Well,
fossil.
let's get it to 12,000 then. Come on. We got to get the fossils. Come on, guys. Pick it up. I will share again, and do my part, Mark. I promise.
You're doing great, Sara. This is amazing. You're helping me out a ton, and I really appreciate it. I got to have that kind of help to stay in this business. We got
Yep.
two or three more books we got to make, ladies and gentlemen, and then guess what? I'm bringing you something else. So,
Oh,
Hellbringers
doesn't
will
sleep,
end.
folks. He doesn't sleep.
I don't. I don't.
I
Did you see
know.
me
I know.
drawing last night at 1 o'clock in the morning, folks? That's me. I got to be up at 6 every day too, to make breakfast for those girls
Now
sometimes.
you're making me feel bad. I'm like, I need 9 hours.
Dude, I wish.
I,
I wish if I could do it.
oh,
If let me tell you something. If I didn't have the girls, I'd be asleep
yeah.
every night because Violet, she wakes up at least 3 times a night. We have to hear that alarm go off for her diabetes. So
Oh, I'm
it's
so sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
that's man, you never get any sleep. So that's why I'm always
Mm.
working, guys. That tells you why I'm working right there.
Well, you're doing great, and you have a heart of gold. So they're very lucky to have you.
I
The
appreciate it,
girls.
sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, do me a favor. Tell all these fine folks out here where they can find you.
You can find me on social media at Sara Frazetta, and you can find everything that I work on at Frazetta Girls and FrazettaGirls.com.
What about what about the museum?
That we don't really have a museum website yet, because this year we only opened for 2 months, because it was kind of like our soft opening, we didn't know where we were going to be with like the pandemic and everything. So next year we're going to have more like an official website, and better coordination of scheduling and all that, more social media, just for that. But right now you can find at Frank Frazetta Art Museum on Instagram and follow for updates and all that jazz.
I want to come for a tour. I'm just saying. I don't know why I
Yeah.
haven't come for a tour yet.
I mean, I'm serious. Like next year, plan for like February, March, or April. Like we'll talk about it, but do it like a full year in advance because there's nothing available around here, like hotels, nothing. So
And I
it's
want
like,
to catch pythons and alligators and manatees in one sitting. And if I don't do that, I'm going to be upset. I want them all.
you would probably do that on Boca Grande. Maybe not the snakes, but I'll send you down to an Everglades excursion after. I'll direct you that way.
Oh, Sarah, that sounds great. I'll probably never be back after that, ladies and gentlemen. So that was Sarah Frazetta in the house, y'all. It is 7:50. You have stayed 50 minutes. So
well,
let's kick you out of here so we can get you to sleep.
All right. Thank you so much for having me, and I will be back. Mwah.
Mwah, back to you, everybody. I'm also going to sign off this way from now on. Every day, I'm always going to sign off to you all that way. My people, I'm your Caesar from now on. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Sarah.
Bye.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.
That was Sarah Frazetta, ladies and gentlemen, in the house. That was episode 53, ladies and gentlemen, of the Mayhem Show. We're going to leave you with the Jengharr and Shredd cover video. But first, let's play you the hype video. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the show for tonight. The Mayhem Show with Mark May, episode 53 is going to end now. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, guys. It has been a great time. You've already seen that cover that I've been working on all week this week. We are finally done with that one right there, and we are going to send it off. And then maybe we'll hear from our color artist soon, huh? That's what we're hoping anyways. We're going to pull up the video file here for the end. I hope you guys have had a great night watching the show. We'll see you next time.